Good time of day, all creatures of various children greetings, and welcome back to Kingdom of Alda. Oh, fun! No,
Nope.
no, no,
Nope,
no,
nope.
no, no,
Redo.
no, 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 no. Welcome back to Tales of Aether. I should name my campaigns with different letters of alphabet. Just like I was so happy in my head about saying, hey, it's been just a week and we're actually having a game that I completely defaulted to what I've been saying for 5 years. Anyway, previously on our sessions, you had a long and serious conversation about how hard and risky the trip to the astral plane is gonna be. It took you 15 minutes to do that. Oh, 30 technically to launch the engine. Yeah, well done. So, after having skipped about 3 weeks of my preparation, you arrived to the astral plane, caught a beacon, and while recharging or catching some Aether, yeah. You started following that beacon, whereupon you were chased by a gargantuan, strange, wormy, one-eyed, clawed astral creature. Contacted by radio by a strange guy who told you to hide in that bunch of rocks that you saw the signal coming from, where you found a graveyard of different sky ships kind of caught on those rocks. You met with those guy who turned out to be a potentially crazy geese. And he told you that he's not alone here. He's got friends who turned out to be some of the crew of Jeopardy, ship of asteroid Avery that has disappeared more than 10 years ago. You met up with them. They weren't any less strange than Chichalaka, the geese. And then Lance got maybe disappointed a little bit. Tiny little bit.
A wee bit, yes.
Yeah, I think we kind of ended off with Lance and Miles planning to have a very long heart-to-heart conversation. So why don't we pick up here while I make
Very
some
long,
tea?
yes.
You're right there. I suppose that everyone else is not around. This is like private. Like Dalu's gone off with your mother. I know that much.
I think so.
Okay, right.
Can you mute yourself because of the police siren in the background?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's still around, but thanks. I just don't know what to say. Quite frankly, it's just... I don't know what I was expecting. But it wasn't this. I don't know.
No, are you disappointed? Even though you don't know what you expected?
Don't know yet. I think so. I've met... I don't know, I've met people who were paid to be friendly. But you could tell they don't really like you. Who did a better job at pretending?
Well, it has been maddening 10 years for her.
Am I there?
Wherever you want to be.
I think I couldn't move at the end of the session, so I think I'm there.
Sure.
I think maybe let them recover a little bit. They might not be themselves. I imagine you could go a bit. I don't want to use the word crazy, but it's a good description. 10 years with these people on this place, in this place. I'm surprised they even function. Give it some time, and then you still have time to be sad.
I mean, I certainly don't know, so. Well, let's just head back to the ship as well, I think. Might as well.
Or
Might be good to know if we're still collecting ether here or not.
sure. And we go to the ship.
They're the plans that they're gonna go aboard, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
she wants.
Yeah, I
wants to
think-
check it out.
Okay, because I think I sent a message to Bobby saying that they're coming and to not let them out of his sight. Because I don't trust them. Like, it's-
You mean Dalu and Astrid?
Dalu, that's okay. But the other guys, like, I don't want them to leave with our ship and or something else.
I'm just gonna, after I said that, I'm just gonna teleport right back into the cockpit and go ask Bobby if the collectors or like the fuel scoops basically are still picking up ether, if he can see anything like that. When it's turned off, the ship as a whole, so it's not tracked by the Don John, or what they called it.
Might be able to see it since I'm on the ship with.
Well, you actually
Oh,
haven't.
okay.
You actually haven't reached it yet because you were going by foot, and it takes a while to like get through their broken ship, get outside, traverse the location, the base without teleporting, and get there. So
Okay.
technically, Lance gets there quicker than you, or like
Okay, yeah,
almost like just before you.
That's
But I
right,
did
yeah.
want to actually address to like the part because it's you going, Astrid, and he catches Denal because he is like their engineer, and they figure it's good for him to like check things out, even if most likely he won't be of too much help. But hey, why not? At least he's more useful than, I don't know, Shavaka.
Mhm.
Shavak. And like you're going through like their broken up ship home base, and you come, like they walk down that hallway and you come along a hole in the floor, like where wooden planks have snapped or something that wasn't fixed or filled in, and you see Astrid like stop in front of that hole, like stare at it for a moment, take out like a communication device from her pocket, check it. Alright. And step over it and continue walking. Then you get out upstairs and outside and jump. You know, 0G jump from rock to rock until you reach your ship and get inside. And like get, oh wait, I hear Lance. Oh yeah, right, Lance. You, Lance, are being told by Bobby that since the order was to like turn everything off, he did. So the fuel scoops were also off. So the Aether was not coming in, and he didn't risk turning it on to check if like trying to like power minimum amount of energy, basically like just the fuel scoops, if that will be safe or if that is gonna put you immediate on radar, because you know if you test it, he'd like everything to be at battle stations and be prepared to fight a flight or whatever.
As always, you're much cleverer than I am, Bobby. That sounds perfectly reasonable. We can wait for
Especially
the
when
rest
he's
of
being
them to
played by a
arrive.
DM. Yeah. And then you basically like, kind of hear the opening of the airlock cycling. Astrid and now can like get in the ship. Now gives a look. What?
And starts playing the piano. He's still probably recording, right? I've told you a million times. Buy. Buy the dip.
What's that wait music? Who did that? Who done it?
You did it?
No.
I mean, you're the bot master.
Dennis. Dan, did you turn on the bot music?
Oh, wait, what is that happening?
Like it's like an elevator music when we have
It is
to
turned
wait.
on. Yeah.
Oh, turn on the
We'll stop
playlist
it.
and it's playing music for
Waiting
something
for
I
waiting.
did not
It was very fitting.
want.
Like the moment we had to wait, it was like elevator music.
Please hold.
1 second. No, there we go. Come on.
Jamie, it's still clicking. What the
That's
fuck?
when I do it really hard. I'm trying to troubleshoot.
Have you been working out or what's going on over there?
Am I working out with my finger?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
strong presses.
I have a false mouse that I walk around it with. Yeah. I click on.
Yeah, there we go. Hippie music.
Fine now.
Right. Where was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, the now walks in. I gives a look at the like full metal Pathfinder and goes. Well, this ship is a lot less of a fire hazard than I like ships to be. And I assume Lance and Bobby also like come out to meet them. As she does, like give a bit of a look towards Lance. So you have kind of like appeared out of nowhere. Well, it's your ship, your rules. So why don't you give us a little bit of a tour? Right?
Well, we do have an eel as an engine, a giant snake-like creature. You could look at that first. You could show her that.
Starting strong. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds mighty exploitationally, but a floats your boat, literally.
Oh,
I
anyway,
might want to wait for the captain, to be quite frank, in that regard.
the captain likes the engine a lot.
He likes talking about stuff.
That too. If you're into tech, I can show you our systems if you're interested. What are computers are like. Our arcanotech.
Right. Yeah. Let's give him a look.
Okay. Maybe against better judgment, I'll go and show them arcane computer tech. All stuff that's on this ship. Yeah. Show them the comms and stuff.
Like,
Keep them busy.
yeah, like you're talking about stuff, Bobby's talking about stuff, just as much as both of you understand about the workings of the ship. And there's like a moment where like Nal goes kind of like, well, just like I thought, we're all gonna die. Cause, you know, your ship's missing he gives a name, or like some supposed arcane device. I don't have it. You got a ship with a one-way trip. Hey, Alexander fucked us all up. Right in the ass.
What are you talking about? That's missing. What are you talking about?
This device, you don't have it. And Bobby
What
goes,
device?
you mean this? And points like at a box about yay big. Down goes. That's supposed to be like half this room size. Sure, that's how it works.
So I get a gist that these guys are like, well, primitive isn't. I'll just say primitive.
10 years behind is what, you what you're looking for.
I mean, I think that this ship is, 10, 15, 20 years ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And Bobby didn't really understand everything about how it works. Yeah. It's definitely very strange for them.
Well, the way they explain it to me is that the continuum transfunction is a very mysterious and powerful device, and its mystery is only exceeded by its power. That's as much as I know. I'm not a tech guy, don't look at me.
Where's that website with arcanotech bubble words to say?
So, you mentioned an eel, or a snake. That's your engine?
Oh, for not waiting for the captain, I'll just show you. I can't say. I don't know how it works. We can just show you.
I certainly hope you do. You can't drop it kind of bomb but not show.
I will show them the room. We'll all go down together, and I'll point to it. There it is. Alive, swims in weird liquid. I don't know anything about it, and I don't question it.
It's now just like walks into the room, goes like nope. Astrid kind of like looks like a bit taken aback for a bit.
You didn't have that 10 years ago, and you still arrived here?
That's not your engine, that's your navigator. I imagine.
Yes.
I had one, just didn't look like a snake. This last time I checked the mirror.
It's not the only navigator, it's just part of it. Makes one-way jumps possible. One trip, one jump, and you're in the astral plane, if you do it right.
Touches the glass, like the snake focuses on her, comes closer. Aye. Huh. Well, it's doing what I think it's doing. I understand why Alexander picked me for the job. Kinda means we're not gonna have many ships flying like this. Not if they've got a factory making them. I don't think they do. Oh well.
From what he said, he found this on a Slavic ship, basically, since they seem to be immortal. So yes, probably nothing that churns them out or anything like it.
Well, we don't have enough people diving Slavic ruins looking for treasure. It's gonna get even worse when they're gonna start looking for things like this. Or better, depending on how you have a look at this. Well, I understand how you made it here so fast, and kinda wish you had the thing 10 years ago, might have made our job a lot easier. Then again, I think I was good enough for the trip. Just didn't expect to meet who we met. And no, they say you can fly half a ship, but not when that half is missing an engine. So, what are we doing now? Can the ship go back?
Should be able to, yes.
Soon.
Am I there?
I think we need to. I think by now they might be arriving. Our captain and so on.
Yeah, sure.
Heartlands,
Oh.
you could have taken us with you. Apparently,
Coulda,
I was
woulda,
not there
shoulda.
5 minutes ago.
I see you've already done the full tour. And in my favorite room, and I walk up to the glass
Yeah.
container and and there's a sticky note that says thank you on it, and I take it down.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right.
Right, so, yes. What was I interfering with?
I was asking when you're getting prepared to leave.
Oh, well, we do need to do some thinking. We have to check if we have gathered enough ether in order to...
Bobby told me that he turned the Aether gatherer off since we told him to turn everything off while we were trying to hide. So I think we will need to see if it attracts the attention of that donjon creature when we turn it on.
Indeed. Yes.
Can you tell me how that's supposed to work? Might help figure it out.
Those sails, I think, gather it the same way ships back in the plane of air gather.
Bobby goes, no, actually sails are for the conventional propulsion. The Aether is gathering with, and he starts explaining the big device on the second deck with like the giant grate that comes outside of the like basically like this is the intake device and this is the processing device.
I thought the sails were like in line with like
Sails
stuff in it. Okay.
gather like generic magic from plane of air for conventional propulsion. That's why your ship doesn't take any fuel when it just flies around.
Okay.
This thing is more for getting enough fuel to jump or gathering ether.
I'd imagine Miles would know that. Todd doesn't know anything.
Sure. Also, I think we mentioned this earlier, but you do technically have like multiple containment devices, and the one limitation is that each containment device requires 1 unit of power to keep ether contained. So in theory you could collect more than like 1 unit of ether. You could collect, well, a lot. You will just need to either sacrifice some of your power or maybe even turn some things off if you are so inclined. Where was I? But yeah, you have 50% of 1, so 0.5 ether, which technically is enough for one-way trip. It just means you're gonna arrive empty. And
Which is not exactly what we're supposed to
yeah.
be doing around here.
And technically, Alexander would have preferred if you got more than one Aether, because, you know, he doesn't get many successful expeditions. He'd like get enough fuel for multiple. But, I mean, you get the feeling that even if you just return, he would already be fairly happy just by, hey, it actually worked.
Proof of concept, yeah.
Yeah. Especially since, like, it was like you Lance, you're starting to get like the connecting the dots of the missing element on the failed ships and why your mother succeeded, why you succeeded.
Factor Avery.
No, that's not what he means. He means factor precognition, precog, which the snake provides to us and which my mother had, or has rather.
Yeah. But as you are explaining like what you want to do about Aether, goes, alright. See what you mean. Let me take a look. Which like looks around, you kind of still all awkward in the engineering department, which doesn't have any chairs. Which kind of just like sits down on the ground, and you see her eyes kind of go swirling colors of magic for a moment. Well, I was back to normal. Good news. Turning a thing on is not gonna be any problem. Trying to leave this place with this much magic on one ship. Now, if your ship was looking tasty before, I was gonna look like a real cake. Means I just need to run or to fight. Had some plans, but maybe you have better.
No, please share.
I mean, what about distractions? Nothing on here work enough to load it up with something and send it some other way? Nothing that you've salvaged in your last 10 years?
Nothing that I've managed
Do
to
the
fix
job.
so far, but since you are here, perhaps yes, we can do something of that nature. You've seen the ships crashed around, yes?
Plenty of them.
Right. Well, there is a big one with a shell that Pachalak and his folks were chasing around. It's what they call it, a nautiloid, living ship, made by like people with tentacles that Pachalaka's folks really don't like. Long story, full of slavery and abuse. Anyway, it's kinda mostly dead, but pretty big, pretty tasty, as far as ships go. So, if you manage to turn that thing on, or I don't know, heal it up, and send it going in one direction, and while the dungeon munches on it, we might get at least 10-15 minutes of leeway before it goes after us, and then... I mean, I'm not a fan of making jumps in 15 minutes. But maybe you can run away for 15 and we can do a real jump. Or really, I'm not sure how many places are worse than this one. Well, I can imagine. Those places are potentially worse. No? A giant beast on your butt kind of worse.
So, first we can turn it on and gather the ether for now. And while that's going on, how about we go and check how to revive and fix this living ship you speak of?
Sounds like a good idea. At least checking it out for a bit. And leaving it gathering with a magical load.
Bobby goes, yeah, no disrespect, but
Definitely need you.
yeah, I was gonna say if we want to turn on our either getting thing, that's gonna be fine. Let's get everybody prepared for fighting
course.
and running, just in case, and then I'm gonna turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't mind that.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the beta stations, get Dalu on the gun, get Watanabe on the comms, and so on and so forth. Bob goes, alright, I'm powering it up. Like the lights come on. You hear like the slight whirring of the intakes of this device begin pulling it either. I like, oh, look at Watanabe, like, hey man, what do you see? Watanabe is looking, trying not to give in to the pressure. Oh fuck. That's really good for NPC. Wait, yeah. He goes. Well, I don't see any holes in magic, so that sounds good. Now, I'm gonna stay back, keep watching, just in case.
Great idea.
Are you though?
I mean, we should give it a couple of minutes. Last time it didn't come upon us immediately. It was only when we get close to this place here, more or less. So I think maybe it needs some time to travel here as well. Doesn't hurt to wait for a bit.
You wait. Let's say half an hour just to be safe. What goes. Alright, yeah, we've got Aether coming in. But have to admit, not as fast as it was before. I think staying in one place is not helping the process. Might take us twice as long, really. If it doesn't go down.
Yeah.
How long is twice as long?
Well, you technically need 50 more hours to fill in the remaining 0.5 Aether, which becomes now 100 hours, which means 200 hours per 1 unit of Aether, which means 8 days, about so, per 1 unit of Aether, if you stay in one place. I mean, you're welcome to go chasing from an Astral Dreadnought. Maybe you're gonna find a tastier place, which is gonna give you a lot more juice a lot quicker, no?
We might actually do that.
Well,
But we'll leave it on for now in any case.
I found out some new things about Astral Plane in the past week from Chris Perkins. Some really dangerous place around there.
Excellent.
yeah, this, it might be slow, but it's apparently safe. So, I mean, what's the rush?
No
You
rush
just
for
arrived
me.
here. You can. It's like
There's-
think of it like a vacation. You can just come here and then immediately leave. You gotta
There's
see
Judiri
the place.
Lonu, and there's powers at play that move beyond our understanding and our concern. Which is a long way of saying no rush.
Well, considering that you literally don't need to eat or drink or hear, we're not even limited by supplies, for better or for worse. So let's go check out the
Living ship.
Hey. Right. So Because I made it. Show you how this area looks like. So, once it loads for you.
It has.
Yeah, so that's basically like how kind of this small rock space looks here. And you've got like in the center is this like mess of ships which Jeopardy and Chalak are using as their home base. You've got like some other rocks with ships around, and this is the Deloitte ship that you've seen crashed on one of the rocks a bit away. I don't know where your ship is, but sure, I'd say it's like here, doesn't matter. And yeah, go there without much issue.
What's the purple stuff?
The purple stuff is how things look on astral plane because it's purpley.
That's ground, basically?
Yeah, that's the color of the rocks.
Right.
And you do see like that, like even like the ships themselves seem to have weird hues to them after so much. I'm not sure if it's because they spend so much time on astral plane, or this is just the lighting in here because the lighting here is weird.
Right, so how do we get there? Seems like there's no land connection.
With our heads.
We can float. Correct?
If we move the ship, isn't the dungeon going to come?
No, that's not what I mean. They mean you... The same way you move around here isn't the way you normally move, you know?
Oh, right. The
You
same
can just
that
float across.
on Volos. I see.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were around here last session when I was explaining the concept.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it.
Does smell?
Oh,
Does
wait,
mild
we're
smell of alcohol?
Does who smell of alcohol?
Maybe it
Miles.
does in the miles. Yeah, I can smell it. Yeah, it's very. Yeah, it is very strong.
But Pathfinder wasn't big enough.
Oh, I've got a bit of a
bar.
worse smell coming off of me.
No, it's a new perfume I have. It's called Dermalo.
Mine's called urea.
Urea.
Urea at the toilet. Toilet.
Or the toilet.
Eau de toilet, that's it. I thought we're still within the range of this, can't be affected by the creature.
Mm-hmm.
So
So-
even if we cross, we're okay. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about those other things that were swimming in here like fish that we saw from a distance? Do they give any trouble?
Oh no, not unless they bump into things. They're kind of like whales. But
Okay.
I think they eat magic or something.
They eat
Exactly, yeah.
magic.
They eat something that's in here. I don't know. Not
Like-
specialist.
Oh. Will our equipment be a problem? I mean, we're pretty swagged out. How you kids say it, don't you? Like magic items, are they attracted by it? Did you know that? I mean, you spent 10 years here. You must know everything.
Oh, they never tried to eat me. I'm a little bit magic.
Okay. Is there any difference between the purple ground and the gap, or is it just you float anyway? So
You can
doesn't
float
matter?
anyway. Like
Okay.
you can in theory try to run away from astral dreadnought just like by floating through astral space, and some of you may even succeed. but just
Okay.
not most of you.
Okay.
I mean, Bobby is actually not. I mean, he's almost double as fast as some of you, but still not that impressive. Yeah, so you kind of float over towards that Notchiloid. You can like see the like dusty groove of this like pink dust where it has hit one of the rocks, like same sediment settled upon the fins and tentacles of the thing as it splattered all the rest of the rock. You see that some of the tentacles are missing, like there are gaping holes where they would have been. And again, like it looks flashy. It looks like it was alive at some point, but it also does have the appearance of having been bind with like parts of a ship. Like, sure, there is the shell that is alive, there's the tentacles that are alive, but like the top of this creature is still like deck, like multi-layered decks where people could walk around and do stuff, and maybe at some point there were guns or whatever, just not right now.
Is this the equivalent of a giant RoboCop squid?
Giant what?
Like RoboCop, like cyborg squid?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, perhaps you want to scan this ship with your bioscanner.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. You know, sometimes I think nobody has said a sentence before, ever. And that's one of them. That's pretty cool. Okay, scanning.
Living ship. Sounds weird as fuck.
Does it seem living, or is it... Well, what's my scanner say? What does the scouter meter say?
It's over.
Power meter, or whatever.
Oh, wait. The deck looks like it's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, before we do anything, do we want this to be living and on? I mean, it...
We want it to move. Doesn't matter how.
Okay, I'm
It's gonna be dead by the end of the...
This is creepy as fuck.
Is that supposed to be an ethics question or a matter of our survival question?
Asking me?
Well, you're the one
Yes.
talking.
I mean, if this thing is on and it's like a living organism, I don't know if it's gonna like us or if we're energy for it, or I'm getting out of here if this is on. Anyway, I'm scanning for now.
Well, I don't care if it likes us, so long as it's the one getting eaten. You roll my medicine intelligence skill check while I turn the lights on.
Yep.
Bobby's like, a wrench might not work here.
Maybe you gotta talk to it.
Oh, let's go. Fixing things by talking to it. Doing Tillem's job in real life.
If I get the feeling that it's some kind of life left in it, I would try to cast a healing spell, which would give me +2, the diagnose spell, but it only works on living things.
Alright, well, that's a terribly shitty roll. So, what you get from your scan is that there is no signs of decomposition in the tissues. As in, this ship is not rotting, and you assume it has something to do with like the general stasis-y nature of astral plane, where, you know, again, like, you don't need to eat here, you don't need to drink, you don't age, but you have no fucking idea whether this thing is alive or not, whether it's asleep, whether it's unconscious, whether it's paralyzed. Has some wounds, but they don't appear to be that severe. Then again, like looking at tentacles isn't gonna give you any kind of image. You'd want to go inside and see if the important bits are still usable.
So where's the entrance?
There are actually multiple entrances. There is a big iris-like door, like over here. And then there's like a small balcony over here and a balcony over here. They can like protrude from the shell, and both of them have a door-like looking orifice or opening over there. I think it should be like it is fairly to scale. Yeah, it's not a super big ship.
Yeah, I try and open one of the doors. This one.
Yeah.
The big one?
Yeah.
Can I just while doing this, just I'll be right behind Miles using my Mac pistol, which has a locate creature scope.
Sure.
So I'm just standing behind Miles like this, just in case, like scanning.
Can you remind me what the scope does?
It's a 300-meter. If I remember right, you told me that it can go through surfaces, though only very, very limited surfaces, and it goes through smoke and so on. But it picks up creatures within 300 meters. I'm guessing like the surfaces would be extremely thin wood or so on. I used it on the front of a building when I was climbing it. You said it wouldn't work. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, alright, sure. Miles, make me an exert strength. Like try to grab the edges of one of the plates of this iris and like try to pull it, and it doesn't even budge.
Must be locked. You can try the other ones.
I can. There's nothing that looks like a window or anything like it, right?
No windows. Like there's just two more door-looking places, like on the balconies, but no windows.
Oh.
I float my pretty ass onto the middle one.
I'll follow him.
Yeah.
So those
Try
are
to
more
open.
like two shells, like joined together instead of an iris. But yeah, give me another.
Mm-hmm.
You like you try and like to grip the edges and they connect even better, and your fingers just like slip. Your grip strength is non-existent.
Maybe you need to use your mind instead of what you're used to using around here as well. I don't know if it works similar to the projection on Volos. Don't know. It might. If so, Bobby is gonna be the best at everything.
I imagine the doors opening in front of me.
Bobby is with you, right?
Probably, yeah.
He is.
He's the engineer that needs to fix this ship.
Bobby goes, well, I can, bob a cop for a moment. I'm pretty strong when I do that.
Oh yeah, that is convenient.
It is, yeah. let him
Yes,
do
of
it?
course. Of course.
Hope he does it. Just
Does he
like,
play music when he transforms?
he does hum to himself, but you don't hear it because he's
Inside.
inside, yeah. And now you only ask him. Right, that's not bad. Yeah, he quickly transforms into a bubble cup. And which door do you want him to go for?
Let's start with the first one. The first one that we tried, this one.
And like at this point he's being like more careful about not destroying anything, as he like carefully like grips, starts carefully pushing, and you see that the iris begins like shudders and like, and as it opens you just like see this slimy
Grime.
yeah, like briny substance like that was connecting the iris as it kind of like stretches out. At some point, just like snaps, and the iris goes like no, but not with the sound more. Like it was like a squelching sound as it just like the petals of the iris disappears into the fleshy walls, and you are hit by a smell, which smells about like, imagine there was a high tide in the ocean, and then there was a low tide, and there was a pool, sea water with beasties in it, and dried out, and everything in it died, and now you're smelling it.
Jesus.
All right. And
Do we see inside or is it dark?
yeah, looking inside, you see a relatively small space with like two dark staircases leading downwards deeper into the ship, and two staircases leading upwards into what you assume like upper into the shell, and the room continues like behind the staircase and splits into like multiple compartments which are locked or like have similar like shells closing the entrance, that you currently don't see what's inside because you are outside, but yeah.
So I imagine we don't smell that because we have the no breathing thing on, but they have to smell it. So we walk
We
in
also
as if nothing
technically
happened.
wear vac suits, but
Oh yeah, we have 2 layers. Okay.
How hasn't Shasha like ever taken you to a tour on his previous ship? Haven't you ever been here before?
this is his previous ship.
He said this was Shashalak's ship, right?
No.
This was Shashalak's ship that he was chasing. But it's been here for a while, haven't they been here before?
Well, you see, no, we were not, because A, Shachalak said it's a bit dangerous. 2, we really didn't have any means of getting inside without destroying it. 3, even if we did get inside, we didn't really have anyone who could fix it. Now, that was one of my suggestions, to try and get the ship and use it to fly out, because Shashalak has told me it also can jump around other planes. But, well, things are not always as easy, as simple as they seem. Oh, well, to be even more frank, I saw some really terrible things can happen to us if we go in. So we did not.
Caution, I see.
Or in other words, don't bring your faces any close to any kind of holes in the walls. Or on the ground.
I'll keep that in mind.
Don't pet any strange creatures.
Where would you guess that perhaps the bridges or the comms, perhaps somewhere that upstairs, right?
Usually is.
Let's proceed upstairs then.
I had a feeling the gods of the beast are gonna be down below. That's maybe where we'll need to go if it's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you go up the stairs, and they lead into. One moment. Let me check my notes. Boy. It leads. This is deck B. Right. Well, actually, it leads up into a decently sized empty space, which has some kind of grooves in the floor, almost like small cubicles or slots. Another staircase leading upwards, and basically another like this not iris, but like shell locked door right in front of you. So you came down from one of those staircases, and you see another one going even further. And here's a door, and here's, you assume, one of the doors to the balcony.
The shells is the one that leads to this one.
If you're pinging something, I'm not seeing. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
It's the bottom one.
Right, so let's proceed. Let's keep on going.
You go further up.
Mm-hmm.
You go further up, and you come up into a small room, the smallest you've been in so far, which is basically like barely big enough to hold some kind of chair with fleshy tendrils coming out of it and disappearing into like openings in the hull of the shell. And you see like these two blue orbs where the side armrests of the seat would be. And there is also one more. Where is the thingy to show one more door over here? Right behind the stairs. But I mean, it's a chair on the top of the ship, so you assume that most likely this is the control seat, chair, whatever. It's the only one you've seen so far. And looking at it, you get a feeling that the way you control it is gonna involve way too much slime and tentacles for a human's taste.
Mm-hmm. We've seen enough videos to know where this is going.
Seems you have, Captain, yeah?
You gotta keep occupying yourself in those jumps, you know?
You'd say so.
Right, so this is a window that looks outside?
It's a door that you assume would lead to the highest balcony.
Ah, to the highest balcony. Okay. And this is just these holes in the sides?
There are no holes. They're just like ridges of the shell.
Oh, okay.
Like each of these rooms look like you imagine an inside of like a shell would look. It is much smaller than the creature looks on the outside, so you assume there's basically like this interior space inside, and then most likely like between this space and the outer shells there's whatever like organs or devices this creature needs to function. But it is as organic as an inside of a shell would look, except there is a residue of like not super slimy, but it is like somewhat moist, purplish lubricant that covers most of the surfaces.
So, if we've got this layout, we probably should go back down.
Look at the engine.
Right.
You'd
Yeah.
also have at least a single closed door you haven't tried on each of the decks you've been so far. But yeah.
Oh, right.
And there's a door behind the chair that we haven't.
There's a door
tried,
behind the
right?
chairs, there was a door behind the stairs on the deck below, over here. There was like door here, 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 here. And then the stairs.
Try this one first,
Yeah.
if you wish.
Which one?
We could do this one first, and then go top down since we're here.
I assume you're showing something and I'm not seeing it.
I mean, we're on the top. I'm talking about the top.
Okay. Yeah, do you want right?
Yes, definitely.
Like Bobby does need like you guys to like step all the way back because his big Bobocop form in the ship is being very bulky and unwieldy. He needs to be really careful not to break things. But he can like places himself like awkwardly, gets like some grip because it's a bit hard to like focus on floating and have enough leverage to open things. But he finds purchase, he begins to kind of push this shell open, which also kind of like resist for a bit before, like you get the feeling that sure, like maybe the space is stasis and maybe this was a security measure, maybe it's just like because of all the time and all the flesh bits just kind of dried up, but like there's some resistance before he basically like tears these two shells apart and they like slide into the sides of the creature and show a small semicircular room which has a reddish hued semi-translucent orb in the center of it with also kind of like a double-shelled looking hatch on it, or door or window.
What the fuck is this for?
Should we be bold enough? I'll go up and like prompt to touch and interact.
Make me
They're
a
not
notice intelligence skill check. That'll be great.
Okay.
We have vents. Don't touch.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I
this
don't think
is
I'm
like
touching
the
it
heart,
yet.
and if you're touching it, you're giving it a heart attack, and then it dies.
I don't think I'm touching it yet since I'm getting a notice check.
To avoid making that mistake is.
Hey.
You notice this? It is.
You're probably looking
that's
at it
wrong.
through your scope,
Right.
like you're holding the pistol.
Exactly.
The thing
Got 12.
does have a kind of like three like triangular holes next to this door hatch window thing, into which you could presume you can stick your fingers in and you can like look at it. I assume without sticking your fingers in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can see like more like stringy slime on the inside and some tendrils or fillers in each of the holes. But also as you are just like looking closer to this thing, and you imagine might have been like the outside of it might have been meant to be transparent or semi-transparent, and it's just been covered in called not sedative sediment that can like made it less and less transparent. But standing from this up close and with a faint light coming from within, you can almost swear that you can like see a curled up something inside of it. About
Does this look like an egg?
Kind of. It doesn't look like a natural egg, but it would be an egg large enough to hold like small cow.
Okay.
Like a really small cow. I don't know. Or really, really,
Hey,
really big human. Like it's
Miles,
bigger than a human, but.
Do you I mean, is this the same as what's in our ship, or what the fuck is it, an engine? I'm getting a similar vibe here, but it looks different.
Well, let's see if it's alive.
Okay.
I think I'd have to touch do that.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't touch
you
anything,
could-
you fool.
Alright. Great. I'll let you cast magic.
Why, you fool? Yes.
The way I check if things live, I shoot it, and if it dies, then I know it lived.
Can I remotely
It bleeds,
diagnose
it
that
dies.
thing with a spell?
Let's see. Truth or flesh and bony. Target visible subject. So you're like trying to target whatever's inside of it.
Yeah. Imagine he shared that.
Huh?
Well, is it hard to see?
It is hard to see. It's basically like, yeah, an egg is a good analogy. It kind of like if you take like a chicken egg with an embryo and like kind of shine light through it, that's kind of how it looks like, shell and all. But
Okay.
you do see some shape inside.
Okay.
Targeted with a spell, and you get an analysis that whatever's inside of it is dead, and has many ruptures of fleshy bits and fractures of bony bits. One second. I feel like let me check if I need to give you this information or if my memory is serving me wrong.
Well, just for your information, when I did the bioscan, I also did the same spell on the hull, I think, to see if it's all one fucking big hive or something.
Let's see how does it work.
Will you look that up? I tell the others that it's dead and
I mean, it is definitely dead. I'm
and
just,
has
like,
broken
checking.
bones.
Yeah, broken bones, ruptured organs, and it has some kind of implant in its cranium.
Brain implants, nice.
How can it be crushed in there?
Is that a question for me?
No, for the party.
Good.
Oh. It didn't put on its seatbelt, of course.
All right.
Maybe it was violently flung back and forth. And who knows?
Pretty much looks like it.
it shook
Like,
roughly.
well, the G forces.
Perhaps.
They haven't invented helmets, but they can fly spaceships.
With
Yes.
the mines.
So stupid.
Because helmets block their minds, you see. You need to connect.
They thought helmets looked dumb. So they never created them.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
weird.
I've heard worse reasons. Not many, but I've heard worse. I can try and get whatever's in there out of here, but I don't see the use in it, to be quite frank.
It has some
Let it
kind
be
of
for now.
implant.
I think our best course currently is to discover the rest of the ship and see if we can salvage anything from it. And then once we have a full picture of it, then piece together the puzzle.
The guy that was what was he running away from the ship? Does he know anything about the ship?
Masha Shalak?
Yeah, that one.
He just said he said it was dangerous, and was a mind flare ship. That's it.
But no details. They don't know how it's powered.
I mean, you can go and ask him. I just don't know how many good answers you like to get of him. Since, yeah.
It's powered by peanuts. And
Excellent
eggs.
answer, actually.
How about we try another door downstairs?
Might as well go see. The problem is that I'm seeing right now is just that we are all no experts on whatever this is. So Bobby trying to fix this here ship seems quite unlikely to me at the moment. But then again, Bobby does many wonders.
I'm
Bobby goes,
betting here that
well, we
Vanilla is
haven't
more
really
to
seen
it.
any bits of, equipment so far. I don't know, I'll
This
need
is
to
the
take a look.
equipment.
And that is exactly why we're going to look at the other pathways.
I feel this is more like, I don't know, living quarters? Maybe that's like a bed?
You think that's a bed?
Well, or medical, I don't know. I'm just pretty sure that's not an engine.
Yeah, I know, I agree with that, but still. It feels so outlandish that I'm having trouble seeing how we're gonna get any of it to work.
Well, maybe the ship doesn't need an engineer. Maybe it needs a doctor.
That's possible.
We just started. If you want me to open more doors, let's go.
Let's open more doors.
Let's open more doors, yeah.
Motors.
Open almonds.
Like as Bobby strains to open another door. I never thought that losing all my limbs would open so many doors in life for me.
Bobby,
pain.
we are still looking actively for a new body for you. Do you remember?
I have this jingle in my head when he does that. Big bobo bitches, big bobo bitches.
He opens another door and you see kind of like this cul-de-sacs on both sides, which had bony hatches, and one of them is kind of like moved aside a little bit. The more dark flesh through that opening, and then there's another door leading yet further into.
Can we see what's underneath that hatch that's moved a bit?
Yeah. You lift up the hatch, and it just like comes out with like a bunch of like tendrils that just like tears off from it. And they're just bunch of thick, fleshy tentacles or cables, just almost like power cables on your ship, but fleshy. And they just like all kind of like sticky together with slime. How many times can I use that word today?
E-substance. Ivory bits.
Well, there's still another door. Please, if you may, Bobby.
Right. Bobby closes that other door, tears it open. Some kind of like ooze like just bursts from a cable, like a flashy cable to the side, just like splatters and the door just gives. And you see a very small room which has like the first example of what looks like interface, where like these two kind of like panels with basically holes and protruding polished red crystals, some of those. And the very center of the room is this heavy looking black ball, kind of hovering, or almost looks like a pearl, like a giant pearl, hovering within a cage of, you almost want to say teeth or bony spikes, but yeah.
Does it seem to be working or active?
Whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm. How about you give it a shot? And I kind of push Dalu towards one of the.
Yeah. Can I touch?
Here, take my gloves. And I
Nice.
apparently I have gloves.
Put on surgical gloves, and I try to figure it out. Figure out one of the red crystal panels. I'm gonna keep an eye if I can on these like grates on the floor, just in case.
Honestly, this is still gonna be something like notice intelligence for now, because
Okay.
you're not really interfacing with anything yet. You're not sure you can, even if you wanted to. This doesn't look much.
Bad. 6.
Yeah, kind of like you like carefully like pick up some of those crystals. They can like pull some tendrils that are kind of like wrapped around them out of the slot, and then that go as in tentacles back inside. And you've got this like ball, this ball in your hand, and you can like put it towards the other hole, and the tentacle comes out. And well, it is reacting to what you're doing, which kind of means there is some functionality in it. But you have no fucking clue what it is supposed to do. Like, you get the feeling that this must be some control panel, except instead of, like having buttons and dials like normal people, they have crystals that go into holes with tentacles and sludge. And Bobby goes, well, this is definitely some kind of device. Might be the power source, like, magical one. Now, like, remember we saw those balls of magic in the previous place we were? Kind of looks like it a little bit. The big one.
So it's the power source.
Maybe. I mean, Dal would
person on
stick
deck.
around and, experiment. I Just not sure if we're gonna be able to turn it on, or I don't know. Make it go into rampage. Or turn on self-destruct. That's one. Aston
Well.
chimes in. Well, if I stick around, we can prevent the worst of it. I should be able to see if we, try to kill ourselves with it. Can't really help you more than that. I can't really see outcome of every single of your actions. Just the bad ones. The really bad ones.
Pretty useful. However, as I stated before, we know what's in here for now. Or I think we know what's in here for now. How about we open the other doors?
Yeah.
Right, so you go one deck down?
Yeah, one down.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, go one deck down and open one of those 4 doors. And it contains a small chamber with a slightly smaller egg than the one you found on the very top of the ship. But aside from being slightly smaller in size, functionally it looks almost identical. Although at a close investigation, it appears to be empty.
All right. Let's just, for good measure, open all 3 of them just to see that it's the same in all of them.
Doesn't hurt.
Go ahead.
You do that?
I'll do the ones in the middle.
And they do indeed all have basically the same basis.
Arrangement.
Yeah, which kinda reinforces the idea that this might be basically weird bedrooms, maybe for pod people.
People that stay in the pod and eat bugs.
You people.
Right, so let's go one more staircase down.
Fine. Going down that staircase, you descend into a very narrow hallway that has big iris doors directed to you, like left and right as you enter it. Very narrow hallway, and Bobby goes, "Yeah, there's no way I'm fitting in there in my Robocop form."
Alright, well, see you later now. Oh, man. Can you hear that police siren?
Yes.
Oh, it stopped. It's fine.
What's going on around your place?
I don't know. I'm not surprised, but I don't know. We're not. Nothing seems to be too dangerous, and we've opened up all of these doors, so we don't need them in Robocop mode. You can turn back.
Well, hold on a second.
Oh.
Astrid, you said you didn't enter the ship previously because you got a thing showing you that it's too dangerous for you. And you just said you only see the really, really bad outcomes. So what did you see, and where exactly was that? Before we step into that?
Oh, well, strange little creatures crawling around the hallways, jumping on people's faces, getting into their noses,
Okay,
killing them.
And now that you're with us, you think that's fine to open all the doors.
Well, if you go and touch the door and try to open it, and my brain sees that we're gonna die, I'll definitely tell you. You say it's a very convenient ability, but the thing is, I don't always have full control of it. Sometimes it warns me just in time before I die, sometimes it does it after I've got hurt. No, like somebody shoots me and then I've got this voice in my head saying, look out, somebody's aiming at you.
Okay, then I mean this is. I should have done this earlier, but like, does Wendell believe the story she's telling, that she's
Make
really,
me an insight check.
which is notice wisdom?
You notice that she uses tarot cards in order to discern the future.
You haven't known her for long. But you've noticed her interacting with some people, and you like took note of how she behaved when she was like really uncomfortable talking about something, how she's talking right now, and you don't think she's lying.
Okay. Also, I asked that like 10 times, but I forget every time. Can I turn Bobby into like an animal, and he keeps his strength or something?
You can turn him. I don't think he keeps his strength.
Mega Chad Cat.
Like I was visioning like a really
Buff
what's the
monkey?
word? Like a slim bear. Like he's really chiseled and
Shredded.
but he
Shredded
can
bear.
shredded.
I'm
That's
pretty
the word.
sure like when you turn somebody into an animal, they keep the original stats, but Bobby is strong not because Bobby's strong. Bobby's strong when he transforms.
Because he's piloting. Yeah.
Mm,
Right, so let's try one at a time this time and not open all of them at once. Are we ready?
Which one
Oh,
are you
yeah.
playing? Top or bottom?
Top. Let's go top.
Alright, yeah, go for it. Who's doing this? Who's opening the door and how?
I'll try first, and if it doesn't work,
And how do you do it? Brute force?
with is there like what's the mechanic of this door specifically?
It's an iris,
It's an iris.
like Stargate.
Let's start. Okay. I was thinking maybe using Sun Cutter to somehow.
I mean, Sun Cutter will work eventually.
Yeah, eventually. That's the problem. In a half an hour.
Seems long.
I mean, maybe if we do make a little hole, then we can peek inside and see what's inside. Sure, I'll use Sun Cutter.
Make me just a stab skill check.
Stab skill check. Let's go.
I didn't know.
Maybe just
somebody...
enough, and I can put my locate creature scope through it.
Sure. Assuming he
Oh,
cut through
shit.
it. Yeah. It's working, right? About as well as working in the Phantom Menace. About as slowly. But you do at least manage to kind of like melt a hole through it. Down here. Hands! So that's American holding all this. Yeah, and if you peek into it, you sort of see slight pinkish, purplish illuminated room. There's something something big in the middle of it, like some structure or device or whatever. The Legate scope is not picking up any creature.
I'll relay this. Can I see this structure?
A structure, yes.
That's what it is. This.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna, you can make me a notches skill check to see if you see more through the tiny hole, but it is a tiny hole.
I will do that. Okay.
Yeah. There is an almost raised dais-like structure in the middle, and you that looks awfully I don't know, at first you're oh, this almost looks like a temple altar or something, and then you're no, there's liquid in it, and you're that's a swimming pool, or just a pool with bony tubes coming out of it.
Okay.
And more those tendrils / tentacles coming out of its bottom and disappearing into orifices in the wall, and just a bunch of muck everywhere, just this chunky mucus just sliding down the wall, just this nice pink gunk, this yucky goop. Just such a good glop.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Ja, men tickle this side.
Oh. Relay.
Filled with
So,
liquid. Well,
in any case, I think it's safe for you to open this space door. So.
still working on it.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Is there no mechanism to open the door and...
Oh, there are a bunch of those 3
Fingers.
holes next to pretty much every single door with tentacles in it. I mean, whenever
Oh,
you want to
okay.
stick your fingers in it, just tell me. I mean, you don't even have to stick your fingers in there. Just be creative. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what can we put in there?
Yeah. We could get 3 dicks in there.
But Bobby has the thing where he can do a tool. He can 3D print stuff on the fly, right?
3D print a mine
Yeah,
fire.
like a plastic key.
Are you talking about multi-tool or his ability to make
No, he has
common
some
items?
kind of cool feat where he can...
Yeah, you can
Use
make
a
a
small
grappling hook, a kettle, microwave. I don't fucking know.
There's not enough space in there for me to transform. I need to be transformed to do this. And B, usually I kind of need to know how a key looks like to make it. And I mean, I can try. That's what I did in the Slavic ruins. I just get a feeling it's...
Is there slime around us?
Yeah.
As well.
There's not. It's not so much slime as more slightly sticky sediment layer of it. The room ahead of you definitely.
Would it have
looks
a
it
clay
has-
Would it have a clay viscosity? You know how tough it is. It's pretty
more
tough.
like dried up algae.
Dried up algae.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I make a shape?
Of what?
Out of the algae.
Can I have gloves on? Can I get a load of it and stick it into the hole with all the tentacles, and then take it out and it has a shape?
Sure. I
If
mean,
it's that strong.
Okay, yeah. Oh god, what? Jesus, please.
Thieves' tools.
Make me a fix intelligence skill check or dexterity if you want.
Okay. There you are. Hey.
Right. Gather up a bunch of goop and you stick it into the hole and it's stuck in there. And
So it's
you
in there.
understand that if you want to get it out of there and try to see
Yeah.
if it picks up any shape, you kind of have to stick your fingers in as well. And
Did it count as being the shape of the key? So now it triggers.
it hasn't triggered, and there's 3 holes. Also,
If I just stuff all of this into the 3 holes, does it just turn on? And turn.
do you want to stick more stuff into the 3 holes?
Yeah, if
So
I
fill them up.
if I just fill up with algae, does it count as like, oh, now the shape has been filled, so there's a tentacle in it, and then
Fill
it
them up
opens.
with algae, nothing happens. Now you've got 3 holes filled with algae.
Okay, great. So in the time that I fucked around, has Miles managed to competently
Miles,
open the door?
make me let's say notice charisma skill check.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Do I notice any charisma around here? Oh my god. What? Wait,
No.
that's.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 6 minus 1 plus 2. Okay.
That's a wonderful roll. Yeah, never mind then. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. You just filled up 3 holes with muck while Miles is continuing to kind of like carve through the thingy.
Put the fingers at risk. I mean, even if we do lose them, I think Winnow can regrow them, right?
Might take a little bit. I'm out of spares.
Well, no.
Okay, 3 dicks.
Okay,
I think it's too small for.
I have 1.5 plants. Have
Let's
I ever
go.
seen like one of these mind flayers before? Or... I mean, it's not the thing I scanned in the egg, right? It's smaller, or could it be the people that work the ship?
Make me a no intelligence skill check. This is gonna be a really high difficulty skill check. Putting it out. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't say the word mind flayer.
Yeah,
in my
it's just
description.
meta, probably.
It's just you
Yeah.
guys metagaming. You've never heard a name Nautiloid, nor have you ever heard about the living skyship.
Okay, and the thing in the egg, did it have the 3 fingers?
You didn't examine it in that much detail. It didn't show like an
Okay.
exact body structure. Just showed like injuries, thingy, disease, so on.
Okay, in that case. Okay, it's.
What's your half plan?
I'm gonna say okay. Don't be alarmed for just now, and I'll turn it to Yargren, which is really strong, or who is really strong,
Okay, sure. Strong.
and I
Yargren.
take immunity to toxins and diseases, and
Okay.
the
That
extra
sounds
hit
like
points.
a good plan. Yes,
Yeah,
protection.
and then I'll
Protection.
try to rip open the door.
Does it have like that spell which like lets it grow like tentacles and stuff like that? Like
Yeah,
something limb.
Yeah, not today. But that's basically the. I
So
think it's.
you
fine.
stick. Which 3 fingers do you stick in?
No, that's plan B.
Oh,
Plan
okay.
A is to use my Yargren strength to open that fucking door because Miles has been
Alright,
drinking
make
or
me an
whatever.
athletics strength skill check.
Exert.
So exert +2.
Well, I changed my They gave me a massive boost. So no plus.
Yeah, that's massive
Oh
plus too.
shit, what the fuck? Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's a slippery door.
Okay, I stick my fingers in it. I want something to happen.
You stick your fingers in it, and first of all, it's this sound because Dal has just filled it up with algae, or it's not algae. Algae is kind of smell really nice and be very pleasant compared to what Dal has actually stuck into those holes, which is not new for you, to be fair. You've stuck your fingers as a doctor into really bad places. And you kind of like wiggle your fingers around, and you feel something like tickle the tips of your fingers, and kind of like feel the hole like kind of like undulating around your finger, and you get the feeling that your fingers are way too short and need to be longer.
Okay.
He says you have small ones.
Wow.
You're too small for him.
Nautiloid, mind flayers, one of the most horrifying and disgusting monsters of the D&Dverse. Sex jokes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does this count because it's a lower level spell slot? My external physical features as if they were
You're
clay.
trying to lengthen your fingers?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's salad fingers.
Okay.
Of which I have 3 right now because I
Okay.
have optimized it.
Okay.
This is so stupid.
Sure. You kind of like started working the dwarven skeletal structure into more like of an elven skeletal structure, trying to like make your fingers longer and slender, and you kind of feel in those holes as something kind of like almost like sucks onto your finger, and
What the
nothing
fuck?
happens.
You just been gloried hole on your fingers, I guess.
Can I, when it's doing that, just pump a level 1 heal into it?
Into the door?
Yeah.
Whatever's sucking his fingers.
Yeah, like, because like magic is like
Okay, go for it.
electricity a
Cast
little
it,
bit.
cast it, yeah.
Yeah, the reinforced tissue. Where is it?
Huh?
Does
You-
the door want to be healed?
Cast your spell onto whatever's inside this door, and you very quickly notice the increased intensity and
More sucking.
vigor of the feelings in your fingers, and you make a
And
mental
whatever-
note that this will be really convenient for certain medical procedures, but the door does not open.
Does it actually heal whatever Miles was doing with Suncutter?
No.
Okay.
Okay, what now?
At this
You
point,
had
Miles, you
your-
kind of like been cutting through like between two of those plates, and at this point you can like go to the edge, and some kind of cuts through like something, some kind of not really muscle, more like a sinew or whatever, and only 2 of the petals just like tear off from the rest of them with like terrible sound, and one of the third one gets dislodged and stuck, and these 2 partially get into the wall, creating this kind of like triangular hole with some like jagged petals that didn't completely remove sticking in it. A human might be able to squeeze through if they're careful without impeding themselves, but
Yeah, I'll keep. If anyone wants, right now I could stop and you could try and squeeze in, but I'd rather work a bit longer to make it bigger.
yeah, Miles needs to work on the hole.
To make it bigger. But if any of you have any other ideas, brute force
Well,
it with Bobby again, perhaps.
Just start blasting.
think what.
Grenade!
I have a grenade. I have a grenade.
Don't.
I have grenades. Can we do a grenade? I think we're paying attention to everything around us. You know, we can take what comes. So,
No, we want to repair the ship, and you want to.
Yeah, it
Grenade it.
doesn't sound very wise
but
to me.
I mean, we can't repair the ship. We can't utilize it without getting it first. So this is just necessary.
It's not. We'll get there eventually. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
Can we help him again? Like to.
But
speed
remind me
this
why
up?
Bobby can't just dislodge the doors like he did the past few?
Because he can't squeeze into the space. In
Okay.
Can he like lengthen his arms like a forklift or something? And
Can I maybe
Thankfully,
try
forklifts don't have arms. Yes, you can try.
with telekinesis?
Yeah, just roll
and
me
try and
telekinesis skill
open
check.
these doors. I'm not sure if it even applies, but I don't think the door is sentient. I'm not sure what it's going to say. 8.
They are wonderful rolls.
It's for last session.
Oh right, your telekinesis is shit. Well,
Yeah, it's not good.
yeah.
No, no, it's completely
Um,
correct.
this one is an 8 shit, but whatever.
You get a feeling that like if you were trying to like smash this door, you would succeed. Trying to do it like carefully, manipulating it.
Yeah.
Either you don't have enough strength or you are not careful enough at exerting it.
I can destroy it, I can open it that way, but or rather force it, but that's about the extent of it, I think. I'm not no careful way of pushing it open, it seems.
What if Bobby tries to size down back to his normal form, and then tries with his tools to somehow fiddle with the lock with a three keyhole thing?
I get a
Might be an
feeling I'll have
option.
much better success getting out the buzzsaw and trying to cut out a few more of those petals. You kind of already broke the door, Miles. Well, Captain, I think he calls you Captain.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure there's a purpose in trying to preserve it anymore. Like the reason why we try to open the doors is so that we...
As I'm cutting, no, there's no need to preserve it.
It's more about, not damaging things inside.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have space here. Well,
Well, if we're worried about that, can't you, Lance, go to the other side, open it from there,
How would I get to the other side?
where you can look through it? There's a hole.
There's a hole?
there's a hole.
Yeah.
There's a peek hole he made with his lightsaber.
There
Why?
there is a sizable hole.
A sizable hole that anyone can squeeze into it, but it's disgusting.
Oh.
It's not so much disgusting, it's
well,
more that it has sharp bits that you might cut yourself on, and you get the feeling this is not the kind of bits you want to get cut on.
But there looks to be a room on the other side of this tunnel.
And actually,
Yeah.
like, now that you've made it whole, I should have said this earlier, you peek into, it's a sizable room with a giant container pool filled with some kind of goo/liquid in the middle of it. And
Okay.
there is something floating in that thing.
Maybe this is the med bay.
I think this is the engine. I'm gonna teleport through that hole and take a look around inside first.
Yeah, you
If something
teleport
jumps on my face.
through that hole, and you
Roll initiative.
see
innovation,
that.
I think.
You see a pool filled with, you don't know what bubblegum is, but bubblegum colored brine. and floating inside of it is a big, lumpy, purple flesh blob.
Okay.
You assume it was at some point a much more supple and perky flesh blob. But whatever did in the guy in the egg, did this thing in too.
Supple and perky. Okay,
Supple and
yeah.
perky.
Okay, yeah, sure. Not sure what we're talking about anymore, but sure.
Flesh
Keep
blobs.
Couple and Cirky.
I will try to just help them from this side since the door is already in a shitty state. I'll just push from this side.
Alright.
With my
Let's say you spend like
telekinetic
5 more minutes tearing off one more of the petals, which is sufficient for somebody to like carefully like get through. And yeah, you can one by one make your way into this room.
Good. Now Bobby could Bobocop and plunge through the other 2 doors.
Yeah, I mean he'll have to break the whole door first, but yeah, then he could break in the second one. Yeah.
But this pool, is there anything? Can we see to the bottom of it, to the floor of this pool?
Not quite. The like you assume the liquid inside of it was at some point supposed to be like liquid, and it has coagulated. You see that like some of those fleshy like tubes that are coming into it and out of it have like gelled up. Yeah, basically gelled up. You know, like the arteries of a guy who eats way too much fat. And they're just like just chunks of flesh like strewn all across the bottom of this pool, which are also like encased in congealed jelly substance. You assume it has not seen much maintenance in a long time.
Alright.
The remains of the big fleshy blob inside are what I would call large. But
Can
it
I
is...
The pipes, I mean, I see all the pipes, but this one also is like a main one that goes probably up. Can I try and discern what exactly this pool was used for?
Make me a no intelligence skill check.
No intelligence. Oh, that's not bad.
You get a feeling that this was more of like an organ, and the fleshy bits in the pool is what remains of an organ. So yeah, maybe it was like a heart of the ship.
A heart, yeah.
Or
Alright.
yeah, maybe, or maybe like a kidney, based on all of the tubes.
Can I do my spell again, just so I don't get complaints afterwards that I didn't do?
Okay.
You can buy a scanner
Spell
before you throw the
why?
spells around.
I didn't enhance the scanner,
Go ahead.
the truth of flesh and bone.
On the fleshy bits.
Sure.
Why are you being so uncertain when you ask me to cast a spell?
Because it's
He's
like
not-
one big pile of material.
Oh, yeah? Kinda?
I'll try it on the fleshy bits. That's a good idea.
I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same fleshy bits, but okay.
In the pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna cast it on the pool, but your idea is way better.
Oh! Emphasis on the bits. Cast it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't need you to expend all of the spell slots before I make you roll for initiative. Fun thing. Your spell works, which technically means that this is a subject. The injuries are
Heart attack?
Severe bludgeoning trauma.
A crash.
Okay, but it's alive, I guess.
No.
No. Oh. It's a subject. Okay, just a dead subject. Okay.
I'm not sure if the spell is supposed to work on a dead subject, but sure.
It's willing. I think by this time, like, Bobby's just crashing through the first door and then the second door.
Yeah, he can do that.
I'll just point to it and that is broken.
Thank you
Cannot fix.
for your in-depth analysis.
Glad. I'm very glad.
Oh, well. Kinda get a feeling whatever it was has died after we arrived. Maybe it wasn't the thing that was giving off all of the, warning signs in my head. Looks real dead. Huh. Bobby finishes taking apart the door you have broken and starts pushing aside the second one and does so and goes, well guys, I just opened a big can of worms.
Oh, 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 oh.
I would punch you if you weren't metal.
What it shows
You could
is
still punch metal.
a room with a bunch of similar briny tanks or pools placed alongside the walls of it with smaller tubes coming in and out of it. Honestly, kind of feels like, an organ or an aquarium's filtration system, pumping water in, pumping it out, except it's not water. And they're filled with dead, but small, about yay big, floaty, fleshy leeches, or tiny fishes, or more like leeches. It looks like, I think it's the closest prints you can look at.
Each one of the tanks has one, or each
no,
one of the
like
tanks
a
has
bunch, just like a bunch of
several?
those. That's a very good, calculative number, a bunch. You're welcome to stick your hand in and examine it closely, but leeches, yeah. And there is one more door at the end of the chamber.
What are these rooms for?
Those rooms are similar to the hatches that were on the upper deck that have small irises, and when opened, reveal more fleshy, soft bits that you assume are between the inner space and outer space, inner shell and outer shell of this ship.
Right, so a bathroom, cool. A toilet.
Sure.
You poop right inside of its organs.
Yes.
Right, last door. Let's go.
Okay. A last door. Bobby does his thing, and inside you find a room with more of those crystals and tentacles control panels, and you get a feeling that this room is right behind that bunch of tentacles on the outside of the ship.
There's a door at the end?
No, not really. No.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, what looks like the weapon of sorts, maybe.
I mean, weapon, manipulator, like this kind of setup would be really convenient for like a salvaging ship of tentacles to grab and tear things apart. But I mean, you can use forklift to forklift things. How can you use forklift to kill people? It's a mysterious tool, full
Right,
of
so
opportunities.
Works in many ways, yes.
now that we have the layout, well, we need to see what we can do.
And what you will do, we'll find out after a break.
Indeed.
Mhm.
And we're back. Alright. Yeah. Tentacles. What you doing, guys?
Sweet ass tentacles.
There's tentacles?
Don't even know where to begin.
Well, I put the key into the ignition and I turn, and then I drive the ship away.
Okay.
Mm.
Nice.
I wanted to ask about the red sleeping pods. Only the top one was alight, right?
They're all kinda light. You didn't. I don't believe you checked the 4 ones for occupants. I don't believe you checked all of them for occupants.
No, we checked only the left one.
Yeah. Like, the ship is definitely showing signs of having some kind of functionality, because like those pods are kinda alive. I know, like the tentacles as the door were working, like the tentacles to the crystals are responding, so it feels more like the ship is dormant rather than it is dead, because then you assume it would not respond at all. But whether you have any idea where you're supposed to go to control it, I mean, you've seen one chair, you've seen 2 control panels, so good assumptions, and one of them is for the power core peril, whatever it is, one of them is for the tentacles. You could try, like, dive into one of those hatches and try to find the shapes, like organs, and see what shape they're in. You could sit in the chair.
Well, what do you think? I'm willing to be a guinea pig. Just say it. Let's do it. I will
By
try
the
it.
way,
He
I
just
have gloves
revived you.
Yeah,
everyone.
I don't think I'm confident that. Well, I'm not. I'm like 90% sure I won't die. I feel like, if anything, worst case scenario is something invades me, but like my body is different. I'm built
Worst
different.
case scenario is we need more ether.
Like my body isn't real, so I don't know. It seems like the best
You don't contract disease.
body to risk. Maybe that's my thinking.
You can't get AIDS if you
I
don't
don't
have
know.
white blood cells.
No, I've still gotten wounds and died from them. So, but it's a good anyway. It's a best chance for a guinea pig out of all of us here, I think. So
what are your thoughts?
I'm willing
then?
to.
You were about to say something.
It wasn't a great comment. It was just like, you know, worst case, we'll need more ether.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I think everyone should be next to you when you try that, in case something goes horribly wrong.
Do give me just like intelligence skill checks, all of you.
Yeah, before we do that, I want to do something else as well. Intelligence. How does that
Can you
work?
just roll straight intelligence?
I mean, you can roll any skill you have 0 in and roll intelligence.
Are
The
you
only skill I have
smart?
0 is
26, because that's all it is for me. 10.
Is your... I think my roll 20 is dead or dying.
Oh boy.
Mine's fine for now.
It's not responding. I'm trying to get up my character sheet, and it's just not doing anything.
Maybe
don't
try
know,
turning
so-
it on and off again.
I'll reload.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe that. Reload fixed it. My character sheet's up now. Excellent. I will just use a -1. What do you want? It's 0, right? Okay.
Yeah, just 2d6 plus intelligence.
Yes, this is my.
Okay. Dolly and Lens, it's not the same, but you can't help but get a sense of similar design slash elements between this ship and the facility you visited in Lamia.
Lamia.
The one where you fought the Shrike.
Yeah. Baby used to. But
We need Ilanu.
I guess.
nice.
So I was able to mess around with the control panel on that. So I can at least try
Something
something.
around with this one.
You can also try and sit on that chair. Just everyone needs to be ready to save you if something happens.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What's the worst that could happen? Let's do it.
Okay, I'll get on the chair.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna put
My mic was muted. I wanted to do a thing before you suicide.
Oh, okay.
When I was like, no, don't do it, you're gonna die, you will die,
because
don't do it.
I just said the words I said as be right back. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything. Okay, I think I'll go sit down on the chair right now. It's like what the fuck? Okay, he's serious. No, I wanted to find a quiet little alcove and get out my candles and start a divination.
Okay.
You don't have to come up with a
We
rhyme.
don't need Lance's mom for that.
The question I want to ask is, how do we turn on the ship?
That's a complicated answer.
That's
you're
a complicated
asking.
question, yeah.
Okay, is okay then. Let me rephrase that. Do we need to sit down in the chair to activate the ship?
Say yes or no question.
Yes and no is good.
What you could ask? You could ask. Trying to ask, perhaps, what would be the first step in awakening this ship, in utilizing this ship.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Single question. You need to ask a single question concerning a goal, event, or activity.
The goal is utilizing the ship.
So-
What would be the first step?
Yeah, you could like ask a question concerning activating a ship.
Yeah.
So that's like an activity. What's the first step in activity?
How do I activate? Is that because the answer will be complex? That's not ideal. Should I go for yes, no, or?
I mean, in theory, how to activate the ship should work. I think for a first
Alright.
level spell.
I mean, it also says it can be like cryptic or whatever.
I mean, the reply
vision.
can be cryptic.
Yeah, or an omen.
How long does it take? Not long. Okay. Huh. Let's say the answer you get is how do I say it? Okay, the answer you get is feel the tentacles, understand the tentacle, embrace the tentacle.
Yamete kudasai.
Help me, step ship, I'm stuck.
Mhm.
Kimochi desu.
Oh,
I'm
guys,
just
okay, I'm so glad I'm missing.
Next
I'm
week.
I'm so glad I did some things I don't. It's so nice to feel. Like everybody shaking their head. I'm like, what? Okay.
Look, you just don't know Tal enough or long enough to know about his hentai addiction. It's a problem, okay?
Yeah, I got that after like
Yeah,
half a minute.
like I'm tired from him talking to me about his Chinese porn cartoons. I'm just anyway.
Okay, and the tentacles were like, well, they're everywhere, I guess. But in the
you
mostly
get
in the
a
seat, right?
strong feeling it was talking about the seat here.
Yeah, because it has the longest tentacles. Okay. Yeah, sure. You know what, Dalu? That sounds like a really good idea. One of us should do that. I'm not sure it should be you, but we could draw
So well, I
like
don't.
straws or something.
I
I mean, we could.
They do
but
that
I
on
don't
ships
want.
when someone
if you
has
have
to go.
second thoughts, then I think I would do it. I would go and do it if you have second thoughts.
I'm okay doing it. I
Well,
still think that
actually,
there's maybe
you know
some
what?
benefits in the body type. What are you saying? Well,
I think I might actually be suited for this.
You?
Yeah,
How come?
because I'm immune to a few things. Or
you may also
less-
understand the
less
tentacles
squishy
better.
than you.
Oh, your new Gundren form, right?
Yeah, sure.
Is what form?
His Gundren? Gundren? No, wait, Gundren is someone else. Shit.
Let's just say like a rectifier
Yargan.
isn't
Yargan
Yargan.
form.
Yeah.
Who's Gundren?
Gunren was a character of Lucas many campaigns ago.
No, Gundren was
The dwarf in
from
the
the
Phandelver
Lost
Mines.
of Alderva.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
I think Lucas also
Oh.
played a dwarf
No,
with
no,
that name.
True.
No?
I don't know who Lucas played. Gundren is also the daddy of the character created for
The one
previous
shot.
one-shot, yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, yes. Since you think you're immune and
Not
it's
immune,
safer
but
with you, then
yeah,
go ahead and
let's-
enjoy.
Okay.
Sit
Yeah,
on the
sure.
pleasure chair.
If you need to heal me, don't.
I have a Lazarus patch ready.
Okay.
Huh? Do you do it?
The candles say I need to do it.
Okay.
I do what
To
the
embrace
candles
it.
tell me.
We'll stay nearby.
You sit
Pull them off.
into the chair, and those of you around see as, like, from the back of the chair, flashy tube like rises up and up the back of the chair and releases a bunch of like gossamer syn tendrils which begin like tickle Winnel in the back of his neck. And Winnow, I needed to make me Constitution or a physical saving throw, right?
Oh, that's good because I have strength +2. That's
Mhm.
nice. Yargan is good with those, but he fucking fails.
Okay. And like you see like those tentacles kind of like going over his neck, kind of like like fillers of like a cat or like another animal just taking things out, and then they feel like they don't find what they were looking for. So from that bundle, like one tentacle separates and kind of like does this around Winnow, and you see the tentacle goes a needle and goes into the ear.
That's disgusting.
Is he doing okay? Or?
Winnow, make me a mental saving throw. Huh. You're immune to disease and toxins?
Yes.
Too fucking bad.
That is exactly what it sounds like to me.
You take 15 points of damage as it basically ruptures your
Shit.
what's in your ear?
The drum, the eardrum.
Called eardrum, yes.
And
That's fucking painful.
you kind of like almost feel.
Wait, can I
Yeah.
can I do something?
Sure, you can certainly try.
Yeah. Not sure if I should use it.
Embrace it. Yeah, it's called the eardrum. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do that. I'll try. I'll negate the damage.
Okay, and you almost feel the thing is like this tendrils like reaching past the eardrum deep into your canal and trying to get into your brain as you instinctively force your own flesh to harden, and you whip your head and the tentacle rips open, leaving like the needle and the fillers kind of like sticking out of your ear as you jump out of the chair. And I don't know what you do with the tentacle in your ear, but you get a feeling it was not doing anything good to you.
Did you embrace it? Are you alright?
Lance,
Yeah,
make
look.
me and notice. Well, you don't have any mental stats.
Wait.
Make me notice skill check. I guess
Did
it'd
you?
be
So
intelligence.
you didn't get any damage? There's just a tentacle in your ear.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
how much do you block? 3 points per level, so 21. Yeah, you block all the way. Lance?
I need to be right back. Sorry. I need to be right back and help my girlfriend. 1 second.
Yeah, we're 8 by the way, so
What did you eat?
we're level 8.
Oh. Oh, you're
But,
level 8.
yeah.
Right one.
No.
Guys, congratulations! You're upgrade to level 8. We're already level 8. How many spell slots do you have left? Like, not many, right? At this point.
All the spell slots. Many? Yeah, I have a few.
If you,
I know that down 4, 5, 6, 7 spells today, if I'm not mistaken. And I have 6, 5, 4, and 3.
Sorry, I'm back.
okay?
Yeah, she just can't get out of the bathtub on her own. So
Oh.
you know,
Jeez.
Yeah.
at this point, it's too heavy.
Yeah. Man, I can't always get out of that thing on my own, especially when it's all slippery, but yeah. Lance, you watch that and you like wince and you kind of go and feel the thing on your neck and go, huh.
But what's
I-
on whose neck?
I have the suit implant. You know what I mean? What I mean?
No?
It's basically a living armor we got from
Ah, the one that you got from the thingy-majig. Yeah.
Do you feel
that we
that?
looted.
So you can
And-
connect or whatever.
It might be able to connect here. I guess I am just gonna activate it. I think that's just an action, and
And you let Winnel sit on it.
I mean, I didn't. I think this right here might be serve as a connection point, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll. You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll try, and I'll just activate it so it's all over the body and protecting, and then I'll sit down.
Meanwhile, Winnow, what are you doing about the tentacle in your ear?
Fucking. If I'm not sitting on the chair, I'll fucking get it out.
Huh?
Carefully though.
Make me a medicine skill check, or heal skill check with intelligence, just to see how much more damage you do to yourself. Okay. You get it out very carefully. And you're like looking at those tiny tendrils, which are like transparent, like tiny barbs at the tips of them, and you're like, well, I may be a fool, but I'm a lucky fool. Now, the ear that got pierced is still deaf. Like, you're not hearing anything from that ear until you heal it. With regeneration magic.
Or you wait a couple of months, but yeah.
Yeah. But,
You're...
well, at least you don't have a tentacle in your ear anymore.
Okay.
Lance,
That's fucking painful.
you sit in the chair. And again, the thing rises and those tendrils start going all your armor. And the others can like see as like on the back of your neck, the blade that like go like over your spinal cord can like go like, and the tendrils between those plates, and you feel same as you feel controlling this armor, because it's not like you're wearing it, it's not a plate mail, it's not clothes. You control it like you would control your body. That is why it makes you stronger, faster, and so on. You feel like you are getting connections to more body parts. Close your eyes, grasp the crystal orbs on the armrests. What do you do?
I would like to get a feeling for like how extensive or which parts feel like they don't function. Which parts feel like they aren't doing what they're supposed to. Like what if it's sort of instinctive, which it sounds like it is, then I would like to just find that out.
You kind of flex these new muscles that you have, almost like you've got a bunch more fingers. You feel, and the rest of you kind of like feel a rumble. You don't see it because you're on the inside, but if you were, you would see the tentacles on the prow of the ship kind of like flex and undulate a little bit as Lance's mind connects to each of them. And it feels that you should have more of them. Some of them are missing, some of them are not responding. Just like limp there. Very strange feeling having so many more limbs than before, because each tentacle is like an arm basically.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
And
the emptiness in your stomach, like something's supposed to be there and is missing. but you don't feel like you can't be without it. It's more like it's just not there.
Would have been nice for interplanar travel, but okay.
And you feel connection to the 5 pods within you. The deaths of 3 of its occupants. You don't feel any...
What did you say? The death?
Yes. The fact that 3 of its occupants are dead. And 2 are empty.
Yeah, and 2 are what?
And 2 are empty.
Empty, okay. Yeah.
You feel no living presence in any of the brine pools on the lower deck. And also, like, get a feeling of this muscle that has been torn. A jump muscle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm definitely not letting you steal energy long.
We can just hitch it. It's okay. I'm just gonna very gently try and see if I can move it, though. Just in a way that's. And how do I perceive my surroundings in here? Since there's no way to like see out, right?
You do perceive it, though not through the eyes, but rather through some kind of sensory waves that are being emitted by, well, your body.
I will try and move these parts of my body just a gentle bit, just like starting it up and seeing if it's capable of movement or if any part feels like it aches when I try that.
You're trying to fly, right?
Yeah, not even like completely fly because I'm worried about who's close by. More like, turning it on and just seeing if I can like fly or move it in essence.
Mm-hmm.
And if it moves, then I'm immediately turning it off again, I guess.
You feel the rumbling throughout the vessel and a painful pang as your underbelly scrapes against the rock, but leaves it and lurches forward for a little bit. The rest of you go, whoa!
Okay, this fucking shit can fly still. Can't jump. Doesn't have all of its limbs, but it can move. The only question is how does... I don't think there's a decent way to make this into... I don't know. How do we use this as a distraction if I have to be in it? I can't exactly teleport from inside of here without any line of sight or anything like it, so...
You
I'm
can't.
not sure.
Doesn't it suffice to have been there before?
It's not... the issue is that ships usually...
Say issue one more time, motherfucker.
The issue is that ships can generate their
I
own
should.
gravitational well, usually.
Oh, that's okay.
And that's why you can't teleport out of them. Now, it might be different in this plane because gravity doesn't really seem to be a thing over here at all. Even aboard our ship, it really wasn't. But I mean, I can test it, but I don't think I'll be able to put this in motion and jump out.
You definitely don't think you'll be able to jump from a moving ship into a moving ship. From a stationary
but-
to a stationary, maybe.
But what about from a moving to a rock around here and from a rock into a ship? That's stationary.
You'll have to try. Because the rocks, they definitely don't behave like an island on the plane of air. They don't generate anything.
Hmm. I think we just need to test it. Frankly, I just need to test it, I think. There's no way around it. I think it would be best if y'all leave the ship. And I will just... Sorry, yeah?
What if you try and put it in course and then leave the pilot chair?
I will see if that even works at a low speed. I will try to engage autopilot. Self-driving spaceships of the future. No, I will see if there's like an option of feel like turning it on and moving it very, very slowly in a
Make
direction
me
and disconnecting.
a pilot skill check. Let's say at a -2 because yeah, it's not the tool you're used to.
Definitely not.
Oh wow. You do get a sense that you can give it an order, and it will continue performing that order, but you won't be able to tell it to make some complicated maneuvers or to both fly and operate its tentacle. You could only like input basically one repeatable command, so like move forward at a speed or move this tentacle like this 100 times, but not both at the same time.
I think it might actually work. I mean, like setting it in motion and keeping it going. The question is if I can jump out of it right after doing that. If that'll work out, or if I'm gonna be the one eaten by the donjon. Those are basically the two options.
Could you?
Well, there is a third option. Oh wait, no.
Sacrificing someone and putting them in here as a pilot?
Well,
Or to have
also
their brain
that
protruded?
one, but
Shashalak, hello?
I forgot that your grep flyer is not here.
No, the Greyfire is not here with us.
What about? Could you tell it to start moving in a direction in 10 seconds or something like that, with a delayed time response?
Done? What
You
do you
don't think you
think?
can? No.
So once you tell it,
Unlikely.
Because you're not so much you're telling it, it's more like you do the motion and then you
Keep it stuck
fix
there.
that
in
motion.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to test out if I can jump while it's in motion and land on a close by rock. And if not, this is not gonna work out.
sure, go ahead.
Well, how's this for a suggestion? We all get off the ship before we try it.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, wouldn't want to be stuck on a ship without a pilot that's currently going somewhere.
I don't think it's gonna be I'm not saying it's gonna be going anywhere quickly. I'm saying it's gonna be orbiting right around here very slowly just for the first test. And the thing is, honestly, it might be best if Seal feels very unfamiliar if we just give the ether time to charge.
We still need 8 more days?
Quite a few. 8 is just for one ether. I think.
Mhm.
8 for 1 Ether, you need like to do half an Ether right now, so 4 days.
Till
Finish.
until we're. Yeah, but that's still just like one trip is half an Ether, right?
Yeah, basically. One
It's
way.
it's more about what we're bringing back, more or less.
Yeah. Like,
So
any extra day you take here is more Ether you bring back.
so we could chill. I could practice using this thingy. I could practice jumping from it and jumping back in, obviously, before it crashes into the rock in here.
Or we could run
And
away from it and just keep on collecting on the move. You know, run away from the donjon with the ship.
yeah,
And
but
keep
I mean, if we have to sort of wait anyway, I mean, it'll be less wait time if we're not stuck to the rocks. I know that, but might be valuable to have me practice this maneuver
Oh, of course, yes.
Also
for a
valuable to
day
make sure
or
we get
3 or
back.
4. Because I mean, you'll also need me. I mean, there's another pilot, but I'm not
We're
sure
coming
he's
back
quite as good.
to get you.
What?
That came out wrong. We're not leaving without you. That sounds much better.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
sounds better.
I would
yes.
totally come back for you, Hans. Darling.
No, but I also mean, like, the plan would be to send this thing off, and hopefully the donjon starts chasing it, and we scan that. And as soon as we scan it chasing, we bolt the opposite direction. Give us
Yeah.
as much of a head start as possible, because I think it will turn around for the juicier target.
Oh, it most certainly will.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think we
no.
should try running. We should jump. That's my vote.
The only issue I have is like it's just the distance, or what we do after running away. How will it have time to just catch up?
What do you mean?
Fuck.
I mean, yes, it will have time to catch up, because the ship procedures will take a while.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not a 10-second job to start off of here and get into max speed.
Mhm.
It's more like a 15-minute procedure. Or whatever a
Yeah.
combat
So
round
if you
is,
buy
right?
us
So
15
10 to
minutes,
50.
it's a little.
No,
Please manage
I'm
it
talking
to
about
rush.
after we're done. If we're done.
That 15 minutes is a
when the plan succeeds and we're some distance from here.
Yeah, but I also mean something else. It's not just 15 minutes for a rush jump. It's also one combat round is 15 minutes, right? If we try to lose it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Out of character, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't see this buying more than at most 1 round. But if it's 1 round of distance we can make to the beast, like that might be worth it.
The one good thing, the beast didn't seem to have any laser cannons.
Yeah, it would need to be up close.
Mhm.
Or somewhat up close. Before we get fucked by the zone of the no magic, I guess. Or the magic void, as it was described.
The magic hole.
Magic hall? Oh yeah, very good, yes, of course. Yes. I don't know
Good.
what's worse, because jumping directly out of stationary is like, sounds like suicide to me. There's a reason you usually want particular places and you want to be in motion. Trying to jump from standstill is gonna be extra difficult. Feels like.
Wasn't
Even
the
if it-
plan to send your new friend in one direction, have the thing come at it, and
Yes.
then we start moving away, and hopefully
Yes.
that'll buy us like 10-15 minutes, and
Yes.
then you start jumping, and by the time it reaches us, we're gone? I mean, it's
We
oversimplified.
can. Yes.
You can in
Yeah,
theory
it-
start running
that also
away
works,
and
yes.
start jumping. The question is, are you going to be running away faster than it's catching up with you?
yeah.
Basically. Or in game terms, like this plan should give you an extra like escape point.
Yeah.
And the question is, will you be able to maintain that distance from it? Or increase it? Within like 2 rounds you need to jump? Or will it catch up with you and try to eat you before you can jump? You have Pathfinder is a fast ship.
I mean, it's part of the plan so far, but I would just can we agree to not try to run away? So we just
No, I
fuel
don't
up
think we
and
can.
jump? Yeah,
I
'cause,
think
like,
it's a better option to run from it.
then to jump.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's. I'm not sure, but jumping under these conditions through planes. I don't know. It
Jumping
sounds
a
like-
ship from a stationary positions while surrounded by rocks is likely to end very badly for you.
No, but he means 1 round of moving away and then
Yeah.
1 round of jumping, basically. So we're not
mean, that is
stationary.
fine.
We're not surrounded by rocks, but still.
Jumping takes 2 rounds if you don't rush it.
Yeah, it's half an hour, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or if we move away for 1 hour and then for 1 round and we rush it for the second round.
Yes. Also an
That
option.
would. Yeah, it's
And-
just I like
we
running
could-
better personally. but I'm not
we
sure.
were definitely running for 1 round, right? Whatever
More or
whatever
less.
happens, we're running for at least 1 round,
Yes.
and then we can see where we're at, and we can either jump right away, rush it, don't rush it, or keep running. But we at least I hope we still have the option to rush a jump. Because if we
We will. That we will. Yeah.
because if we start now and we plan on picking up more on the way and it catches up to us, we're fucked.
Yeah, are you talking
And we
about
don't
picking up more Aether on the way?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You're definitely not running away from it for multiple days.
Wait, doesn't it lose us if we run away?
Well,
Lose our track?
I mean, you can try that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to try just completely run away, you can try that. Yeah.
But I'm all for just, basically, we don't need to lose it for long, just lose it for half an hour. So I'm
Yeah.
down for waiting until we have plenty of Aether,
Yeah.
then using the distraction, then trying to run from it, and if it's not working, rush jump, and if it's working, normal jump. And then we hug Tal.
Stop being happy.
Sorry, Shani just came home super drunk.
I super drunk. That sounds like a superhero name. I'm just super drunk.
Do you think that this aura of anti-magic could be used, not going into it, being near it, so we don't get detected while we're trying to run away? You talked about the area.
I mean,
magic,
that's
right?
what Tanabe described it at, is
Yeah.
like a charge of... Yeah, just a sort of an aura of anti-magic is what he talked about, from what I got.
He said
Oh, what
no
I was
magic.
wondering is
No
what
magic.
what if in running away that area we put in between us and Dreadnought, which means if it's able to track with magic, then it can't because this is in the way.
I think it is that. So I don't think
Oh.
it uses that to track us. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think Watanabe meant that is it. The donjon
Right.
is the no magic.
Right. Okay.
So I feel like if
He
we're
is
in that
attracted to magic.
zone, then we are directly up next to him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Okay.
Otherwise, if it catches up, all hands abandon the ship.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. That was my main concern. Though. It was like when we're running away, it's like the distance afterwards is. I mean, it's astral sea. There's not going to be any obstruction. There's not going to be anything that stops sight necessarily, unless we're fucking ages away. So
We have
I
this
mean-
rock field.
you know, unless we're able to leave immediately and not stay to get this fuel, then
I mean, 15 minutes, we also travel quite far. If we manage to lose it during that time, it is like technically quite a bit of distance, you know,
Yeah.
because ships in the plane of air can also see you for a very long fucking period of time, technically. It's more. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure how much
well, not
that
just
plays
visuals. I'm
into
talking
it.
about Okay, well, okay, I guess yeah. I mean, you can't scan a ship that's
I don't know
another
how it
system
works
away. So I don't know if
in
he's the same with magic.
mechanics. Done like in the mechanics when you run from a ship and you manage to run, it loses your trace, right? It can't track you anymore until it makes a new roll or something, or how does that work?
Unless it has legendary sensors.
Etagege.
Just love how nonchalantly Encore is licking himself in the background.
Yes, it's splendid.
High risk, normal reward.
Yeah, you seem to be in a rush, Captain. What's the rush?
No, there is no rush.
I mean, we should definitely do the distraction, but we could also, I don't know, can we go faster somehow? Because we had the emergency thrusters activated. Can we do that again?
Yeah, we would definitely be using those when we are trying to escape.
Can we have, I don't know, rig up multiple? Or is there anything we can do to go faster? Would it help to throw one engineer overboard?
That would definitely not help.
Depends on what we're talking about. Does it help team morale? Does it help the ship go faster?
Does it help not to get eaten by Dungeon?
Can you only try and run away once per round, or is it by the amount of command points you have?
Yes, it's up to command points, but it's pretty darn expensive. I think it's
if
like
you escape
4.
from combat, then you can roll your detection, and if they succeed on detections, they can try to pursue you, and then
Okay.
because like in combat, escape depends on your ship's speed, and then out of combat it will depend on your bike drive rating or slipstream drive rating.
Which I hope
You're
it will
pretty-
not match. But it is pretty expensive. Like escaping combat is 4 CP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, per attempt. So it is not as cheap as other things are, but I think we can generate quite a few CP usually. With like programming and weapons, and can think about if engineering I think it's better. I don't know what's better. I think another try is better than boosting your engines for 2 CP, but I'm not sure.
I alone can provide 6 or even 7 if it's above and beyond, right? Because it gives your skill.
+1.
Skill +1?
Skill +1.
I could provide 8 points by myself.
You can't
What?
because
No.
you're a captain. You don't have the
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond.
above and beyond.
Also, you
Then
get,
why am I
like,
boosting lead?
you get 2 CP from the minus standard, and you get 2 CP from your focus, so you get 4. Yeah.
And then do your job.
I mean,
And you don't do your job.
yeah, you technically can. It's I think you
Instead of
choose.
giving +2 or what?
Yeah, instead of giving +2, you can either give +2 or go above and beyond.
Really? And that sucks.
I think.
I think you. So when you say +2, you mean the -2 to a cost, right? That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that it's still. I mean, getting 4 CP out of you instead of 2 is a reasonable change.
I was boosting lead up until now because I thought once it will be higher than 2, then I can go above and beyond and give the lead skill.
I mean, you can.
You can.
I mean, also remember, like, there's a captain option into the fire where you accept a crisis and gain a bunch of command points based on lead.
Crisis, you lose all your cargo.
Yeah.
Well, you accept
No,
a
you're
crew
not-
lost
by the way-
crisis. A very
No, a
specific
crew lost
crisis.
crisis is someone dies.
Not necessarily, but
Mortally
Maybe.
wounded.
Okay, side question, Dalu. You're the gunner guy. Do you remember what gun our ship has?
It says it on the web.
beam?
It says
Yeah,
on-
it's I know it's some type of beam that
Okay, that's
I think a couple of DC.
plasma
Exactly.
beam.
Yeah, that's it. Can't remember the exact amount of damage. Yeah, it's plasma cannon of
3d6.
some kind.
uh-huh.
Pretty sweet, pretty
shooting
advanced.
your gun backwards is not gonna make it go faster.
No? I
No,
had
it's an
idea.
energy weapon, not a projectile weapon.
Okay.
Also, you can just use it to distract the enemy and give us CP that way.
I was thinking something else because, like, is it these containers we're filling up? How difficult are they to manufacture? Or how many do we have?
Aether containers?
Yes.
If you're planning to
Are
use
you high?
Aether as a bomb, Aether does not explode.
I don't need it as a bomb. It's a bait. It's tasty, I heard.
Tasty magical
very-
bait.
It's a very expensive bait.
It
is
is very
very
expensive bait.
Do we need all the containers? Do we have power for all the containers we have?
You need to power them up. Right?
How many do we have?
Currently 1, but if we
No,
want
I-
to store more, like we have the capacity to store 1, but if we want more, then we'll have to shift some power around.
Okay, and then we don't have a
How many
third that we can't power up or something. We don't have.
How
a
many is
spare
the
container.
maximum we have?
Empty-
We do have.
I don't know, let's say 6.
We can divert power and store more ether and throw it overboard as a magic bait.
It will, without power, start escaping very quickly. Leaking, basically, but you can try, yeah.
Or maybe.
And
we
I would
can-
even say if you do something like that, it won't just be bait. It would be masterful bait.
What if we? I mean, okay, if we go the normal route, we don't fill up every container, right? Because we don't have the power for it,
Not unless you turn the
Right?
guns out off.
which we might do. But what if we filled up your
Let's
bait
look at-
ship with some real nice magic, which would give us more time? I don't know.
There are other things we can power off first before we power off the guns, like this.
No.
There's
First,
the
the
advan-
first thing you do is you power off your spike drive, then you power off your guns.
There's the advanced lab. There's
No, that's too
the
important.
workshop. There's 3 power we can get from killing those off.
You also technically
is-
have 3 extra power by default because
So that's a lot.
your ship didn't have enough mass to put anything.
But yeah, 3 free power, and each module uses 1 power.
Yes.
So there's a lot of power we could be gathering here.
You don't think
We-
you can put a container on the Nautiloid, but like you won't be able to plug it into the Nautiloid because you can't put a tentacle into a containment
How-
container because it's not suited for tentacles. It's not tentacle rated.
So
It's
You know
it's
how-
PG-13 containment device.
you know how emergency generators work? Like, how far do 1 or 2 B cells or B crystals get, or how long do they power so that the ether can mostly stay inside? If we jury rig that shit. Or Bobby.
Cell runs.
B cells a couple of hours usually, I think, for something heavy or more. I don't remember.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say 1 B cell is gonna like run a containment device for like an hour.
That's... What more do we need, guys? Maybe we can, just hook a containment device up to it, and then kick it out the back if we need to run. And then the monster can feed on it first. Yeah, then
It's probably one of those whales that just just drives with an open mouth, I think. Just
you're probably right. Maybe we could shoot it off sideways, and make a curve, and then it can decide for the easy snack that's lying in front of it.
that's what I was hoping for, like some fling it out somehow. So not behind us, but away.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea as a sort of second thingy.
Mm-hmm.
So like one thingy, the Nautilus, second thingy, this thing as like a drop off behind. With one charge.
Okay. How about I give you a little bit better idea? You put the container with the B cell on the Nautiloid. The Nautiloid keeps going, and then before you teleport, take the Nautiloid, take the tentacle, and grab the container, and it goes. And then you teleport.
Yes, please.
Where do I
Roll a
yeet
yeet roll.
Where do I yeet it is the important question, but I also like this idea, I have to say.
I don't think it's about where you eat it, it's about whether you eat it.
How hard I eat it.
Home run!
I so want a yeet roll. Good. It seems like we have a plan. We just need a convenient time skip.
I don't disagree. I think there is a plan there.
6 units of Aether later.
Yeah, that's a long ass time.
How much Aether do you want
That's
to get?
64 days, right? Or like 60 days. Or until it's full.
44 days.
So we're basically bringing back 4, right? 1 on the Nautilus and 1.
Okay. You have 6 containers. You need 1 of them for the trip back.
Half of 1.
Well, 1 for the trip back.
Okay.
Which is, you need 4 more days to fill it. And then you can fill 5 more at the rate of 8 days per. So, how many do you need? How many do you fill? Assuming that you sacrifice at least 1.
A good question. Do we want to spend 44 days out here?
No.
I mean, what's the cost?
time,
Sanity.
sanity, thing again, like
20 days later. Well,
We're-
events. Tell me about your mother.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Coming to family therapy.
Go ask her yourself.
well, we could do 1 week, just a week.
So 2. Bring
So
back
is it
how-
one bait and one to return? I would like to. I would like to bring him back more than we started with,
Yeah.
because this is what we are. This is the price we are paying to get Dalu back, basically, right? This trip we get Aether for him. This was the price for taking his Aether and resurrecting Dalu with him.
Mm-hmm. What if we
Uh,
do
One
in
container,
what if we do in total 3 containers for now? 1 bait, 1 we need to get back, and 1 extra. So
I
that's
agree with this.
16
20.
plus 4, that's 20 days.
Like,
And if we manage
Yeah.
to somehow get away from him and lose track of him or whatever, and we can keep on going and time is not of the essence, then we can do that. But if we have 3 containers in total,
Okay.
that seems fair.
but just in my mind, I'm not, I'm not about the money. That's until I started buying my candles. They're expensive. I need the money. But besides that, isn't what we're doing here like the most expensive shit ever? Isn't it more expensive than, I don't know, collecting gold?
Yeah.
So shouldn't
Yes.
we use?
I mean-
the fact that we're here in one piece is a miracle by itself. So shouldn't we use that and bring as much back as we can?
Out of character question. Do we get paid for the amount of Aether we bring back? I don't think so. I think we're right, Don? It's just get there, get me some Aether, and come back if we get more or less.
Wait,
And maybe he's gonna be generous and give us something in
There
compensation,
was
but it's
no
not like we're selling it.
Contract.
Yeah, there was
Exactly,
No
there's
contract,
There's no
anything like
contract
that.
for the amount. We don't get paid for Jackal.
I mean, to be fair, he also didn't go,
Or the-
okay, fine, I'm gonna give you either
Yeah,
to
I agree.
resurrect your friend if you sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, I completely agree. He was very generous with us, and that is why I feel like we should stay here and gather definitely more than what we came with. Since so he has proof of concept and extra Aether, quite a bit, an additional charge. But I don't know if we should spend 24 more days here, so Alexandru is a happy boy. Has all of the Aether he would ever
Also-
want.
Asking if we should do it for us. I mean,
Oh no, but the way we are going to probably get paid, not by material means, is by completing Alexandru's purpose, and thus fulfilling the 3rd clone's purpose of Dalu's clones. And thus he will go also to PX565, whatever, and then we have only 1 more clone to achieve their goal. And then the BBEG will finally appear.
And then the Voltron will gather.
Finally.
yeah, and at that point, when the BBG comes, then I would like to have like 1, 2, 3 containers full of Aether. I don't know.
What are you gonna do with them?
I don't magic.
Hey,
Magic.
BBG, do you see this? Do you see this? If we gather this much either, do you think we can't fuck you up? And the BBG is like, oh my fucking god, you spent like 5 seconds telling you DM to time skip 24 days? The patience on this crew, oh my god!
I mean, okay. Last question: how much is it worth on the black market? Because he
0.
doesn't know how
Aether?
much.
We
Zero.
can't sell this shit.
What are you gonna do with it?
I mean, like, how do you imagine
we
us
can.
smuggling this off his ship?
Okay, Phil, how much does dark matter cost on the black market in real life?
A lot.
Dark matter.
I don't think anyone's buying that shit because they
He-
don't know what
Phil.
to do with it.
Phil, he didn't ask snake oil. He asked about dark matter.
I didn't say antimatter, I said dark matter.
Nah, antimatter's worth a lot.
Which I'm pretty sure dark matter is not even completely proven that it exists, it's only a theory.
Right.
So, you know...
Oh. You're all anti-science.
It's not about compensation as much. Like, the compensation is that Dalu got resurrected, and we're just
Yeah,
trying to
I mean,
give
what the
extra.
fuck? We could have a spare resurrect for him
can't.
That's true.
at the rate he's
But-
going.
The only way he was
The rate is
tethered.
going.
The rate is.
You're the one who sat in the fucking chair, not him.
Plus, I want to have some magic too.
Let's start with 3 and see how you feel with them. Then how about that?
Okay.
I mean, if he really
Fine.
wants it, I'm
Fine.
down for 24 more days around here, but
Fine.
It's just 8 more days, right? So it's 28 days. That's a month.
it's 3 more charges, it's 24 more days, it's, 60 days in total.
How about you said 3, I said 6. We meet at
5?
let's say 4. Let's say 4.
4? Sure. Let's go
Okay.
4.
For,
I agree.
For sure.
Deal.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Okay, I'm down for that.
28 days. Alright.
Why are we 28 days? Just one tiny thing I would like to, especially on Astrid, offer her like a medical checkup. And I want to see if this place did anything to them, either physically or mentally. Like, does she have abnormal readings or memory gaps?
How do you do that?
Cast my diagnose spell again, run the bioscanner. That's all I have.
Your spell detects injuries, diseases, toxins, or implants.
If they have been enchanted by a spell, magical alteration.
I don't think they have any of like those injuries or diseases. And I don't think any of them have been enchanted. Being a sorcerer is not being enchanted.
I just want to see if this place did anything to them. And if they're right in the head. Let's put it that way.
I'll make my medical skill check.
Is that +2 or just straight?
Straight. This is more you sitting around and asking them about their mothers. They're nuts. They're all nuts. The Jeopardy crew does not appear to be nuts on the surface, but you talk to them and they're fucking nuts. Some of them
Knew it.
literally.
Peanuts, specifically.
Yes.
I'm allergic, we leave him.
That will make me Constitution saving throw against peanut allergy. If you fail it, you're in limbo forever. This is the story of a character death that you're gonna tell on Reddit forever.
I never knew I had to roleplay peanut allergy, fuck.
Alright, anything else you wanna do in 28 days?
Let's just keep an eye.
Yes, I would like to practice with this ship. Just like, take it on small, give him commands and see if he follows it for a bit. All on a very small scale, all at very low speeds. I'm not trying to attack any of the attention here. And I would also like to see if I can, first at basically while connected, jump out, then at very slow speeds, jump out, then jump out after I've given him a repeat command.
Okay, give
And
me a
back,
pilot
usually.
skill check first with a -1.
Okay. Where is it? -1. That don't matter.
Alright, that's
Another
pretty good.
12.
Yeah. So, like connecting with it every time is weird, but you get the feeling that this armor of yours is, in a way, and you wish the ship was, you know, at full
Power.
capacity, but yeah, at full control. But in a way, this armor gives you even better feeling of this ship than
any ship.
than any ship before. Like you've used sensors, you've used your own gut, you've used like you even experienced enough that by the feeling of the like joystick in your hand, you understand how the ship is behaving. But here it goes beyond that. So you get proficient at least doing this routine basic maneuvers very quickly and have absolutely no problems telling the ship to go at, I don't know, like half a meter per second or 1 meter per second. That's can easily control speed like that. Or like even slower than that, because 1 meter per second is relatively fast. And now make me a teleportation skill. I mean, 1 meter per second, 3.5 kilometers per hour. Yeah, well. Walking speed, kinda.
11.
11. I mean, that's still good. Your attempt to jump from like slowly moving ship, because you can't really accelerate it to normal speed here anyway, otherwise it's gonna leave the rock area very quickly, to stationary rocks are successful.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even your attempt to teleport from this moving ship to your stationary ship is successful.
It's just gonna be a risky fucking business when I do it on a fast fucking jump. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I die. We'll see.
Maybe you die. I mean, what better time to die than after you just learned your master never allowed you?
Yeah, that's
make
a
her
good
feel
time to
bad
die.
for
To be
it.
honest. Good time to die.
Before he does that, can maybe Bobby and I, or I guess mostly I, take a second look at the ship to see if we can fix anything that Lance says is broken, like one of the fins or something, or tentacle, anything that's not moving right. Is there anything that can be fixed or improved?
Well, you definitely can't fix the jump muscle because that's destroyed base. You can't fix the
That is
torque.
disabled for plot reasons, yes.
You
Plot
definitely
armor, yes.
can't fix the destroyed tentacles, because again you can't grow new tentacles.
I can, well, if we have the time, I can try to regrow organs. Would take me 2 weeks. But
How about trying to figure out what the panels do?
oh,
The
yeah.
crystals and the slurpy slurp.
Yeah, but Lance should do that. He's buddies with this thing.
Try and
No.
get a feeling for it, you mean? Fair enough.
Sure.
I mean,
I don't even say anything. You get a feeling that those panels allow additional crew to take over part of the activity of the ship, which would allow the pilot to concentrate more on actual flying.
Okay.
Or alternatively, they are again an alternative way to manipulate parts of the ship without actually having to connect to it.
Okay.
well, if we're here for whatever days we said, I think I'm gonna spend the 2 weeks and swap the spell to see if I can restore some organ anywhere.
Huh?
Anything?
Like your ear?
Holy
God
fuck.
damn.
Oh,
And that's
What?
not even the highest roll.
it's not even his final form.
What's going on here?
Phil, roll me a medicine. No, not medicine. Roll me no magic. No, let's say cast magic with intelligence. Assuming you replace one of your spells with the
Yeah, I'm dropping the creepy spell.
right. So you do that. You discharge your magic into the ship, and you've got right now a bunch of like 2-meter long baby tentacles which are slowly growing out.
Gee.
How sweet.
It's a lot of resources for
tickle?
something that's gonna be eaten.
Immediately gotta be
I-
eaten, yes.
In these 28 days, I'm just putting salt all over the ship and pepper and seasoning.
Oh, there's an idea.
Making it look as tasty as fuck.
Yeah, like
Uh,
paint on one side of the shell, eat me.
Yeah.
On the other side, out.
My
Betty.
job. Gotta do gardening instead. Fuck this.
I don't understand.
This is hell, 28 days with no alcohol.
You're clean right now?
Probably. And unfortunately, yes.
Well, have you tried?
You know what? In these
Thought about
28 days,
staying.
you'd actually see a really shift in moods with Miles. That he gets a bit more grumpier, less patient. Yeah.
You could maybe keep that going when we get back.
No
need it?
fucking way.
Can I? Why do you drink anyways? For is it such a pleasure, or are you trying to destroy yourself? Because I mean, others have done that for you.
You know how sometimes you lay awake in bed thinking about things that you've done, stupid things that you've done in your youth. Well, imagine me drinking to not think those kinds of thoughts.
That's what happens. See, you want to be like
Shiny, you gain inspiration.
Yay!
And that's why Miles and that's why Miles drinks.
Yes.
I see you've based your character on somebody very close to you.
Shiny doesn't have a drinking problem. Thank God.
That's
Not
what
yet.
what
God.
alcoholics say. We don't have a drinking problem. We don't have a drinking problem.
Yeah. I'm just a social drinker. Every time someone says I'll have a drink, I say socialize. Yeah, but that's what Miles tells you. He's drinking mainly to forget some things.
I do want everyone to do one thing. Well, Bob gets to skip because he's not here. I do want every single one of you to make me an
Mental?
invasion.
Evasion.
What's evasion, dex, and
Intelligence.
intelligence?
Oof. That's a close one, but no.
Okay.
You're
Somebody
fucking
breaks a
boring.
leg.
Fine. Okay, never mind.
We all have pretty good modifiers, except Lance.
I mean,
Thanks.
just based on levels. Really.
We're good level now.
So we all have a +1 in either Dex or Int. Except Lance again.
Yes. I only have a singular non-zero stat, and that's Constitution. Everything else.
Right, so 28 days later, you've loaded up 4 full containers of Aether, which means you do need to turn something off because you lack 1 power to contain.
Yes, I would like to turn off the advanced laboratory.
No, you killed the hamsters and the fish.
We have hamsters and fish.
I think
We can also turn off.
would have eaten them a long time ago.
What fish?
Ah,
What
that-
hamsters?
That assumes that he can get on this ship
True.
all alone.
I haven't been informed about the new pets. That can't be.
Like, middle of the night, you hear slop, 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 slop. What's going on, Shichalaka? What are you doing in our advanced laboratory, Shichalaka? Snacking!
Bacon!
I mean, they are a sort. They are a kind of pig, right? That should count.
Yeah.
Hamsters?
Oh, sorry, I meant guinea pigs.
Yeah. You get up, you get all of the Aether, you run your tests on the Nautiloid and how to fight it, how to jump from it. You grow with some baby calamari. You get annoyed by Miles, who gets, like, his charisma is no longer +3 or +2, whatever. It's like +1 at best.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And I don't know, maybe you would want to have some conversations. However, I think that's gonna be the end for tonight because it's already a while, almost 4 hours, and Phil gets to miss a lot of fun stuff next week. But that's his goddamn fault.